Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. So another one of these grind videos, and man, what a meta that we have right now. With Ultra Gogeta coming out, things have certainly turned up a notch in terms of overall craziness. And that's why my team sort of has the number 1 and 2 together. My team composition sort of follows the same premise as any other team that I use when it comes for the grind here. You want to have a unit that can at least handle the Rising Rush that's bound to be coming your way, and then you want to have a couple powerhouses on your team. So I strung together Goku Vegeta, Ultra Gogeta with the Revival Gohan, because remember, Ultra Gogeta reduces the substitution count by 5. So Gohan, if he pops just one green card, will almost certainly be available for you to deal with a Rising Rush. And that's, I think, such a strong composition that it's certainly one of the meta teams. I'm sure you guys earlier saw that I ran a similar team with the Future Gohan as opposed to Revival Gohan, and you could do that too with the good old Future Gohan providing the special move buff. Sorry, the damage buff for the team and the disrupt. You could 100% go ahead and do that. But I just use Revival Gohan because of the main ability and the special move buff. The reduced cost is pretty valuable when you consider that Ultra Gogeta and Goku plus Vegeta just get a stupid abundance of blue cards. And it feels like that's where the meta is right now. Just chuck out as many blue cards as you can see here. So I mean, going back to the match, so far things have been going pretty good. You may have noticed that at the, earlier I did a full range strike with the blast armor. I only ever go with those risks if I know that I have the means of at least mitigating it not working. It's like a super high risk, high reward like tactic. A lot of players now are playing a lot slower, and they're anticipating things being that sort of pace. So for me, just playing uber aggressive keeps the ball rolling here, and I may be paying the consequence of it here because Ultra Gogeta is very scary as a last stand unit, but I still wasn't that concerned just because I had Revival still on my team. So go for taps there, go for blast this time. I immediately went for a sidestep because last time we went for taps, but he timed his attack wrong. And Ultra Gogeta just doing Ultra Gogeta things here was pretty much going to one combo him. Key recovery, blue card, and everything is just such a stupid combo. So that's pretty much match number 1. Match 2, very similar, more Fusion Warriors, and of course Oob is there. I despise fighting Oob. Oob just exists to throw pointless green cards and then do nothing. He exists just for that. He's just to throw green cards, get priority, and that's it. I hate fighting him. But over here, you got my Goku and Vegeta, but I do know that his team is more strike oriented, so that's why I switched to Ultra Gogeta. But he popped the green card, had a really good time, so that's a pretty good play on his part. But for me, I think my priority every single time when I play is, you know, try to get Ultra Gogeta a green card from the Gohan and at least have Gohan's main popped off. That's always my objective. I don't mind the rest of these things. So he's getting me left and right here. I was super worried that Oob still had a stupid green card, but thankfully he didn't. There's that green card from the Gohan going to Ultra Gogeta, and now we're all good to go for a combo here. Permanent card draw speed is nice. Overcharge just so I can catch him in the sidestep, and boom. Oob is gone. If Oob is not spending his time popping stupid green cards, he's just dying. That's it. Goodbye, Oob. Dead Oob. Almost got myself a blue card, and I am locked in here with this Ultra Gogeta, but that's not an issue for me. I am just going to be aggressive. He gets me with the rush here, but I think I guess him. That's another thing. It's both Ultra Gogeta, Goku Vegeta centric with rushes. So that's pretty much it. I think Ultra Gogeta's ability to lock in people is just ridiculously OP. There's no way around it. It is so strong. Even if you kill somebody, if Ultra Gogeta comes in and locks you in, well, what do you do? Probably neutral as well. I do like having this Gohan in this first form just because a long-range blue card is always super handy. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm pretty much good. I got a rush here. I don't care when to throw it. I don't care who I kill. Just kill somebody just so that they have one less vanish. I know his Gogeta is going to come next, but Goku and Vegeta can handle being locked in against Ultra Gogeta. Yeah, I think my opponent left knowing full well that that's what's going to happen. I think for the most part, there's not much to explain how the meta went. It was more of just the second you get your rush off on your opponent, that's it. You just gotta get them once, and then that's it. That's how good the new units are. So, take down Fusion Warriors once again. And then the next match, I think, is something similar. Actually, this is even worse. I saw a Hercule there. I was like, oh no. I have to fight a dreadful Hercule. So I started with Goku and Vegeta, and he didn't actually end up bringing Hercule. I think he knew full well that it was not going to work out. And usually whenever I do these cover changes like that, I go straight for a full range strike. Because your opponent, most of the time, wants to go for a blast card, and they don't really anticipate you just flying in there with a blast like this. So once Ultra Gogeta gets his combo going like this, he's unstoppable. That's why him with a green card is easily one of the strongest combos you can get. So there's that main I wanted to pop off, and then I got a long range blue card, so I'm thinking, okay, I can sort of cook up something here. So I got a stop time event. There's my blue card, reduce sub count. I could be reckless with Gohan because it's he's my revival unit. It's okay. And then once I got my rush and priority, I'm just chucking it. I don't care. Drew a green card at the perfect moment, but it didn't matter. I just want to kill somebody, and thank God it was this Vegeta, because this guy has just an infinite number of cover changes to disrupt you, and I didn't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that, Vegeta. Get out of my face. So we rush him. He's dead. His Ultra Gogeta is looking a little bit weak, as is his Goku and Vegeta. So things were looking pretty good, but yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it just feels like whoever gets the first rush off wins. That's why it's always so good to have somebody to deal with the rush. Hence why we got Gohan. My opponent done goofed right over there. Go for a couple blasts because I think he had to gamble on Gogeta, or I think I just wing it here too, because at that point, if you have an ult and they got one unit left, you may as well just get rid of their vanish. Just get rid of their vanish. You have that flexibility to be reckless. You can do it. So that's what I did. Best in the worst case scenario, his vanish is out, and I got a blue card with another unit that can take him out. Best case scenario, I get him with the blast armor. So there it is. And then here's Goku and Vegeta with the Revival Gohan as well as the Future Gohan. Nice little cover change setup here. I had a feeling he was going to switch like that. That's why I deliberately dropped the combo with the green and blast card, and it worked out pretty good. So far, so good. I like to do this a lot too. You charge in the middle and pray you draw a strike card like this, because most of the time your opponent will go for a tackle, or they'll go for a blast card. Both scenarios you win. The only time they would ever beat you is if they did nothing, or they went for a other strike card, in which you guys just end up clashing anyways. Most of the time, nobody ever goes for like a mid-range blast card. They usually back up anyways. So for almost all scenarios, it's an okay thing to do. Got PV by a long-range strike card. That's always great. Vegeta's about to kick the crap out of our team just because, you know, he drew a blue card. He's got buffed by Gohan and everything. So I switched to my Gohan, pop the main, get a green going because he's got priority once. That's all it really takes in order for you to get rushed. So I was like, okay, I gotta reduce the sub count, because when the rush inevitably comes its way, I'm gonna be able to get somebody out here. Pop the main. I think that in hindsight, I think that was a good thing, because I think he has his rush, and now I'm fine. Went straight with the ult because I didn't want this Gohan to get away from me, kill his endurance right now. Boom, Gohan down. Gotta be careful here because of this guy. Gohan, that's fine, but he didn't follow up quick enough. Back up, and then we go straight to Gohan, thankfully, and there you go. That's what I meant. If I didn't have this Gohan here to take this rush, I would have been the one at a disadvantage, because now he has Goku and Vegeta plus his revival unit, but I had my revival unit take the rising rush, so I'm good to go. it is now a meta where revival or insurance is absolutely mandatory. It is absolutely mandatory because every unit is every little thing, and everyone gets a rush in like 10 timer counts because everyone has card draw speed or gains a card or all this other fun stuff. I had a green card here, so I was thinking I may as well try to get him with a get priority with the AoE green card here, or give it to Gogeta in order to get combos. I wasn't sure which one of these I wanted, but I think we go through like a whole little sidestep dance. There you go. Another reason why to throw in that Gohan there, and because I got my blue card, it was pretty much game here. He was good to go. Gohan, even that blue card. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I could use another rush and then just have that blue card be the card that I use, but I felt pretty confident in the position we were in here. So get the nice little LF here, and here we go. I'm gonna be honest with you, Goku and Vegeta feel more Ultra to me than Ultra Gogeta. Doesn't this LF look way more animated and flush and everything as opposed to anything Gogeta has? I don't know. I think these guys look better than Ultra Gogeta does. Next match, something similar. Goku Vegeta, Ultra Gogeta, and he put the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who is one of the most valuable units in the game because he does everything. And in this meta, a unit that does everything is pretty good. You got your Disrupt, you got your Dragon Ball game, you got your Anti-Revival, you got you know, nullification of cover changes, you got type advantage, the blue on blue, card draw speed. I mean, this guy somehow went from 0 to hero real quick, and all it really took was a platinum equipment. So he gets me in the sidestep there. It was very good play by him. I let this Goku and Vegeta take a couple of hits only because not only would they recover it, but I don't know, I wasn't really that concerned. And part of the reason why I align my switches for these things is so that Gohan would always be available to come in for a cover change in case I go for a rush. It's always about timing. And I already popped the green with Gogeta, so I already knew I was fine. I'm gonna just combo full speed ahead. And I think my opponent knew that too. Hence why he drops right here. This is a lot of the matches here. It always just drops. So we're just gonna quickly jump in to the next one. Alright, next match, going up against a future team, looking pretty strong. Honestly, any team with Goku and Vegeta and Future Gohan, you already know it's going to be strong. Interestingly enough, he brings the green Goku Black, who is a little bit aged, but I think that's how much he hates Ultra Gogeta. Playing really well here, got me with that side step there. Honestly, at the beginning of every PvP match, it's always a gamble on trying to figure out what your opponent does. Like, for example, there, I don't know if my opponent was going to be somebody that goes straight for a sidestep or a strike, hence why I went for a strike. And one thing that always worries me about units getting stronger and stronger is no matter what you do, you always need to spend some time figuring out your opponent. You don't know how people play at the beginning. You always want to, you know, you need a couple exchanges to read, understand, and figure out what they're trying to do. And as units get stronger, that wiggle room for figuring out what people do is not very big. That's why Mono Purple is such a scary team to deal with, because Goku and Vegeta have all this card draw speed and healing and nullification of insurance. You got the, you know, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, who's just such a monstrous support. Vegito drawing a card, card draw speed, all this other stuff. These units are so strong, they don't give you that window of opportunity to figure out what your opponent does. Almost always, 2 priorities is all it takes for you to lose. And whenever you finally get the hand of how your opponent plays and you understand what you need to do next, your opponent pretty much has won the match. They'll get a Rising Rush off on you after 2 priorities. Say it takes 2 priorities for you to understand. They'll rush you, you got 2 units left, and then when you have to overcome and beat your opponent, you will have to deal with, they'll almost always give up Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, so you lost your rush too, and it gets difficult. And that's the one thing that I worry about. And I think that's why people have noted so much passive play now. That's honestly why, because people that would normally play aggressive to try and figure out their opponent and realize that this game punishes you for playing super aggressive. That opportunity to figure out what the hell your opponent is doing is not very big anymore. I don't know. It's almost better to just sit back and observe, less so you make them have to make plays to figure out what they're doing. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Anyways, here I used an ultimate with Gogeta, and I have endurance nullification, but my opponent forgot. So I got really lucky here. He switched into Future Gohan for getting a nullify endurance, and that lock-in that we had on his Goku plus Vegeta was absolutely clutch because we really hurt them. So this is an example of what I was talking about, where the only reason why things turned out the way it did is because I had very strong units that gave me the opportunity. It took me 2 priorities to figure out what to do, but even so, I ended up just getting lucky. 2 priorities and we almost lost. I mean, we got rushed. We were in as bad of a situation as we are. And Gogeta, the Ultra Gogeta, was the only reason why we were able to overcome, because of his lock-in right there. If this was any other team, we probably would have lost already, which is what it looks like right here, considering we're taking so much damage. I had to pray this guy didn't have another rush already. 100 timer counts, no doubt in my mind he could have another rush, especially with these 2. But for taps here, I didn't want to underestimate these 2, just because these guys are they're pretty beastly last stand units. And then I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I went for the LF here. I think I just really like the way that this LF looks, and it's a testament to what the developers are able to cook up, which gives me a lot of hopes for when Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3 inevitably drops in the game, that they can make him look polished and pristine, such as this. Imagine his windscreen. That's going to be so cool. Then I think another mono purple team, who's an example of that team I was talking about, that's pretty spooky. Starts with the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, makes sense. Start out with your support. If I end up getting priorities, just going to let him be a punching bag. And he's playing aggressive, which I like. I got him with a cover change here. Super flashy cover change. I went up with the green card because I had a soft time event. So I sidestepped, and then that caused him to sidestep. And Gogeta with a full hand of cards and a green card, unstoppable. There's literally nothing that's going to stop him. This guy combos for so long that it almost always just leads to his ultimate, which, by the way, is 5 timer count shorter than traditional main abilities. So it's just such a dangerous combo. You let him. If I had my ultimate right there, 1 timer count, it would have been over. And then here we go. The only reason why I switched here is because I wanted it to be such that if he ends up rushing one of my units, I'll just have Gogeta come in with his lock-in and then just finish off whoever it was. Hence why I decided to leave. But I knew no matter what, I'd be okay. I have Gohan there just to tank the rush. And that was a smart play by him. I've noticed a lot of people doing this too, where they deliberately drop the combo just to avoid your cover change. It's happened to me multiple times. Decided I can be aggressive just because I have a Gohan there to tank the rush, and had my ultimate, and that was pretty much it. Getting this blue card too is just so stupid, so dumb. Always blue cards like this, unstoppable. Think about all these units and what they do with their blue cards. Everyone I have on my team nullifies endurance with a blue card. It's dumb, absolutely dumb. Get PV'd, you probably lost somebody. 2 priorities, I'm probably gonna get a rush. The whole thing was just crazy. This grind is probably one of the more tougher ones just because of how much it was like that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna let this be the last match that I commentate, and then I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of them. Some pretty interesting matches in this one here, so don't want to skip out on those ones there. But here we go, Super Saiyan team. Cool to see him trying to have some fun here. It's a shame that I had to come in here and ruin his fun. There's that mid-range charge up with the blast card thing I was talking to you guys about earlier, where it's another gamble, but if it pays off hard. Look at all the damage his team has taken. Got another blue card with the Gohan. Stop time event. Like, this team just feeds in so well together. Look at that, reduced sub count, nice little damage inflicted. Gogeta takes some extra damage, moves mid-range, fine. Go for single tap, and I already knew. I wanted him to switch. I wanted that switch to come through because I knew that this blue card was going to finish off anybody else. Vegeta was not coming next, and if he's the last guy left, I'll just rush him. I will just rush him. Long animation blue card. I should have played that one better now that I think about it. He keeps moving mid-range because he has blast armor, so I have to be careful around that. Figure I'm gonna go with my own blast armor. There you go. Now that I got an ultimate, Vegito's dead. Gogeta's the only one left, but it doesn't matter if he locks me in because I got revival. That's why this team composition. $3.1 million damage, and then yeah, I got him on the blast armor. So it's gonna be the last one I commentate. Pretty insane meta. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you did, and be sure to check out all the other matches. Peace.
てやる。俺が守ってみせる。やっほっよっほっないてはっよっまだ少し本気を見せてやる。飛ばしてやる。俺が守ってみせる。やる。行くぞ。ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。まさかバカ調子に乗るなよ。オラたちの勝ちだ。フュージョン。悪いがオラが生かしてもらう。よっほっくらいだ。そうだよ。行くぞ。行くぞ。終わらせよう。行くぞ。ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。やる。お前がナンバーワンだ。お返しだ。一気に決めてやる。オラに負けよ。行くぞ。でかい。 調子に乗るなよ。行くぞ。あばよ。おめえほらよっ。おっとやっほっよっほっ俺が倒す。やめて。やるぞ。行くぞ。終わらせよう。ほいこだくそ。まだはっ終わりゃ。ほれほれどうした。よっよっおりゃ食いしばれ。調子に乗るなよ。やる。行くぞ。やる。少し本気を見せてやる。おっとそらよ。やる。触れ。おっとおりゃそいまだ。さすがに強いや。さてとよっほっありゃよっありゃほっあらはいだっさせるか。やったやっやっやっ
私たちからは逃げられん。
終わらせてやろう。調子に乗るなよ。僕が相手だ。はあ終わらせよう。さすがに強いや。さてと てやる。終わらせよう。今だ。虎に任せろ。やる。変われ。付き合う暇はない。それがタマ。調子に乗るなよ。ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。調子に乗るなよ。調子に乗るなよ。少し本気を見せてやる。さっさと片付けるぞ。調子に乗るなよ。任せろ。俺だ。暗いな。そらよ。行くぞ。あばよ。悪いがオーラが生かしてもらう。俺が暗いな。そらよ。やる。終わらせよう。ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。終わりだな。覚悟しろ。調子に乗るなよ。やる。飛ばしてやる。やる。なんだと。やって。 みんな一気に決めてやる。返しきれんほどの技を食らわせてやる。やってこい。行くぞ。
あばよ。
悪いがオーラが行かしてもらう。よっよっよっ。行くぞ。終わらせよう。終わらせよう。くらえ。裏に任せ。やってやる。よっと。俺が倒す。そらよ。このタイミングだ。行くぞ。ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。おりゃ。終わりにするか。そうだ。そんな。これで終わりだ。いや、そんな。ダメだ。ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。そろそろ終わりにするか。終わりゃ。次は俺の番だ。
終わりだな。
覚悟しろ。行くぞ。調子に乗るなよ。やるぞベジータ。カリックホール。なんとかなったみてえだな。
所詮俺たちの敵ではない。
おめえ、俺だ。なんだ。
行くぞ。
終わらせよう。おりゃ俺が貴様を倒す。あの手そげおっとワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。覚悟はいいの？やる。触れ。覚悟しろ。これで決着だ。覚悟しろ。これでおしまいだ。さあ行くぞ。行くぞ。行くぞ。僕が言ってた。僕の本当の力だ。これで終わりだ。
いつまで遊んでやがる。
負けるわけにはいかないんだ。フュージョン。さてと。終わらせよう。
して受けてみろ。させるか。いやーいやー出さない。
終わりだな。
覚悟しろ。
やる。今だ。おりゃ。だだよ。
いや
ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。父さんが助けてくれた。
調子に乗るなよ。
やる。やる。ほらだって勝った。兄がオラが行かせてもらうよ。かかってこい。
行くぞ。
終わらせよう。やる。
これがテック。これで決着だ。そうだよ。覚悟しろ。ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。父さんが助けてくれた。行くぞ。いや。
が守ってみせる。
これで終わりだ。
まだ調子に乗るなよ。
やる。
行くぞ。
あばよ。
フュージョン。
悪いがオーラが生かしてもらっよっ
俺が倒す。そらよ。行くぞ。
終わらせよう。
かかってこい。これで決着だ。
終わりだな。
覚悟しろ。
ワン、真の力を見せてみろ。お父さんが助けてくれた。
行くぞ。
やだ、そい。
調子に乗るなよ。俺だ。
おめえのリートまだまだこんなもんじゃない。やる。一気に決めてやる。今だ。くそ。おりゃ。
行くぞ。なんだと。そらよ。
まだやれぞ。
調子に乗るなよ。
任せろ。よっやる。縛れ。
調子に乗るなよ。調子に乗るなよ。
行くぞ。やる。ほらだちの勝ちだ。